Monday morning to Sault Ste. Marie and Algoma. Thank you for joining us this morning for Special Report Morning Edition. We're here every day at 8 a.m. and 1 p.m. We're sponsored by KC Securities, and I hope Dan's watching today. Oh, wait a second. He's not watching. He's joining me. Right here. Dan Laprade from KC Security. He will be here as a guest host this week. Colette Linden is taking some personal time. She'll be back in a couple of weeks, hopefully. And we'll have more on all the life stories today as well for you. Plus, we've got my dog decided to watch puppies on television this week. So we're going to show you that video in a minute. Prince William celebrated Father's Day, and it was also his birthday on Father's Day, so that's kind of cool. We'll also be talking about the case at the FJ Davey Home here in Sault Ste. Marie. It's a long-term care facility, for those of you that don't know. And also we will have more news on both what's going on provincially, federally, and locally as well. There was a protest this weekend, and we'll get into that protest a little bit later in the show. Welcome to the show, Daniel.
Oh, good to see you, Chris. I'm a hands-on sponsor, see?
Yeah. It's part of the sponsorship now. We're forcing him to work too.
That's right. That's right. See, I got to put my money where my mouth is, right?
Yeah. Literally this time. Yeah. So, perfect. Okay. So, this past weekend, as many of you know, on Friday, in the time slot of Special Report at 8 a.m. and 1 p.m., there was Luann's retirement, partial retirement video interview that was done. So we weren't here on Friday. So we had a long 3-day weekend, and we are now back. And I went to visit my parents, and my parents' dog very much enjoys other dogs on the television. She's a big fan. She even knows who the weather dog is on Global. You can actually say Stormy's, which is the weatherman's dog on Global, and she will literally go to the television and sit in front of it, even if it's not TV time. It's hilarious. She just knows. So I found this video on Prime. It's called Puppy Time, and so I played the trailer for her. And you'll see in the video that she literally thinks that it's coming up on your screen. She literally thinks that the puppies are trying to play with her. She's trying to sniff them. She's following them all over the screen. She even follows one going off the screen, thinking that it's running out from behind the TV.
Wow.
So there we go. So it was quite an interesting weekend. Hi to my parents. Thank you very much for having my girlfriend and I there this weekend. So speaking of family time, yesterday was Father's Day, and we also have a couple pics here from Prince William. It was his birthday, and he was there with his 3 kids, Prince George, who's 6, Princess Charlotte, who's 5, and Prince Louis, who is 2. It was also his 38th birthday party. There he is with his father, Prince Charles. So very happy Father's Day to the royal family. And so, let's move along here. What's going on with weather?
Okay.
A lot, apparently.
Yeah, this is a good start for weather. Jeez, I really like to outdo myself. So I hope you like rain.
Yeah, you're overachieving today.
How's those new shorts working out that you had to wait forever for?
Finally got them. Actually wearing them right now.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
That's the beauty. That's the magic of
the magic
TV,
of television.
Right? You don't see below here.
I even got the flip-flops on too.
Oh yeah.
No one even knows. They think I'm dressed all professional.
You're full-blown summer mode. Well, we're gonna get a lot of rain, so we have a.
That's an understatement. Yeah,
we've got a significant or special weather statement for significant rainfall over parts of northeastern Ontario tonight through Tuesday night. It's expected to start later today, and we could get up to 30 to 40 millimeters. As there is likely a large swath coming north from Sault Ste. Marie to Timmins. Localized higher amounts could be up to 60 millimeters by Wednesday morning. This is a low pressure system that's coming in from the U.S. Midwest. So right now it's currently 16 degrees, and we're going to get up to about a high of 27 degrees today. There will be some humidity, and then we're going to get down to a low of 7, I believe. No, I misread. Sorry, 18. We get down to a low of 18.
Yeah, don't say 7. That scares the crap.
No, your car sensor might.
My car sensor will go off, telling me there's possibilities of ice.
Oh yeah, we don't need that.
On June 22nd. Come on.
Tuesday, 17 degrees is your high. Again, lots of rain. A low of 10. Wednesday, it's going to start to clear up a bit. We'll hit 17 degrees Celsius and a low of 11. So we're going to get a couple cooler days, wet weather, and then it's going to get hot by the weekend and sunny. So hopefully everybody has that to look forward to. It's going to be very nice next week too, which is good because I have some days off booked next week.
Yeah. Well, speaking of this weekend, didn't you go away?
No, that's next week.
Oh, that's next week.
Yeah, I got a few
okay.
at St. Joe's Island. I got a few days booked up there.
Oh, okay.
And I haven't really taken any days off, like extra days off, obviously, since everything started. Right, we got really busy, and so I figured I might as well just work.
Yeah.
And then when things slow down a bit and we kind of get stabilized, then I'll take a couple days. So take 3 days off. You know,
Yeah.
that'd be nice.
Yeah, that was like we decided to take the Friday off because we had literally, other than like some couple statutory holidays, you know, it's just been go, and with all the social distancing in the newsroom, we couldn't have the same amount of staff we normally have. So then it's like, it was just like a snowball of everything hitting the fan at the same time with COVID-19.
Yeah.
You know, it's for some businesses, it's very difficult to social distance.
It is
yeah.
depending, you know, and my dad owns the roofing company, right? The roofing side of things, and even being up on a roof, it's hard for a lot of those guys, right? You know, and they're in close quarters and in vehicles. So every industry, the good thing is they're outdoors, but every industry's affected by it.
Speaking of outdoors, I was at a gas station in Wasaga Beach this weekend, and on the pump it said mandatory face masks just to get gas.
Really?
Yeah, outdoors.
Oh, that's
Which I thought was weird. I can see them saying masks to go into the convenience store part, like like where you go in to pay if you're not paying at the pump.
Yeah.
But there was a mask that said actually on the whole property you had to wear a mask to get gas, which I'm standing outside.
Very strange.
And I'm like, wow.
Yeah.
I mean.
Hey, I mean, the businesses have that choice, but really, like, you're outside. I think that, you know, especially if it's 30 degrees. You know, I went to...
it was scorching hot. I was in Wasaga Beach. It was 32 on my car yesterday morning when I left at like 1 in the afternoon. And I got gas like an hour before that, and I was just like, wow. Like,
it was here. It was warm Friday too, and I went to Best Buy to get something, and there was a lineup at Mark's next door to get in, not at Best Buy. So I was able to go in and get my SD card that I needed. Yeah. And but there was, you know, they're wearing masks, and it's like 30 some degrees, and they're outside. Like that can't be good.
Yeah. So. I mean, the guidance is outside. You don't really need to wear a mask unless you're in tight quarters outside. Right. But I mean, at a gas station, you're kind of, you know, not even near the.
Maybe to protect you against the gas fumes.
Yeah. So speaking of wearing masks, there was a confirmed new case this weekend. It was at the FJ Davey Long-Term Care Home here in Sault Ste. Marie. What we do know is that it was the person who is tested positive. They didn't have much exposure to the other staff and residents. All the residents are being tested, and they're waiting for the results right now. So they haven't got the results from everyone who was tested, so they're waiting for a few to come back. But we'll have more on that in just a moment. We will be right back after this commercial break. Hold tight. See you in a sec.
What's life without making a few mistakes down the road? A few sharp turns. And doing things for what we adore, but might regret later. A trip to Chuck's Roadhouse isn't one of them. With melt-in-your-mouth AAA steaks, buttery lobster tail, half-priced apps after 9 p.m., an ice-cold draft with all your Roadhouse favorites. Chuck's Roadhouse. Food the way it ought to be, priced the way it used to.
A message from the Government of Canada.
In your home, lighting is just as important as style.
With PowerView Motorization from Hunter Douglas, you can schedule your shades to light up the room. Create privacy, or both, automatically. No hands required.
So your shades will always be in the right place at the right time in style. And it's only from Hunter Douglas.
And welcome back. Thank you very much for watching the special report morning edition with us today. I'd like to thank KC Securities for being our sponsor, and Daniel's actually right here, the owner of KC Securities. So thank you very much for co-hosting with me this week, Daniel.
No problem.
I'd like to say a special hi to Colette if you're watching us or you'll watch us later on demand. I hope you're doing okay. And yeah, so let's get into some Facebook shoutouts. Who do we got here? Good morning to Tammy Lynn. Good morning to Shelly Ann. Thank you very much, both of you, for watching. If you are watching us live, whether it's on Amazon Fire, Roku, through Facebook, if you want to interact with us, mention any birthdays or anniversaries or anything like that, you can put a comment into the Facebook Live. It's what we see live on the air. All the other chats we don't see until after the show. So if you want us to say something, either just a good morning to you, or if you have any birthdays or anniversaries or anything that you want to celebrate, maybe your kid just graduated from high school, let us know and we'll do a shout out on the air. Okay. Okay. Donald Trump did his campaign rally on the weekend to announce that he is running for the President of the United States. No surprise, he's in his first term. He's going to have a second term run, obviously, because you're limited to 2 terms. He did announce. Here's the thing. His announcement had been moved from several cities because of COVID-19. Certain cities didn't want it. He ended up going to Tulsa, Oklahoma. As you can see in the pictures there, it was not full. And the seating in that stadium is only 19,000. A lot of Donald Trump's speeches go in stadiums that are anywhere from 30 to 50,000. This one was 19. The Trump campaign expected to fill that and have an overflow area. That did not happen. Normally Donald Trump addresses the main rally and then he goes and addresses the overflow wherever that is located. There was no overflow, so that was canceled. So even the local Tulsa health authorities went to court to try and block this, but the governor basically overruled and said, yes, this can go on. This is going to be very interesting to see because 6 of his staffers the day of the event tested positive for COVID-19 who were working at that event. So this is basically, it's a little bit of a petri dish of what Donald Trump did this weekend to announce his campaign. We've seen the other presidential candidate, Joe Biden, not do any big rallies because of COVID-19. But at this rally, Donald Trump also called for a decrease in testing for COVID-19 in the U.S. on the same day that the U.S. had 36,000 new cases, the second most of any country behind Brazil that had about 54,000 new cases yesterday. And so we'll see what happens there. Hopefully that campaign rally did not.
Yeah.
I'm kind of, I don't even know what to say. Like, I'm just speechless. I mean, in Ontario, we're not allowed to have groups of more than 10, and he went to a stadium that could put 19,000 people in it.
I think a lot of people booked free tickets and didn't show up. I heard some stories about that, about the teens possibly.
Well, there's people lined up, and they were for days and stuff, too. And then there was protests, obviously, as well on the other side, which is normal. I mean, that's at any Trump rally, there's normally... The opposite side is there as well.
There's always going to be people clashing, different sides of this.
Yeah, so
we'll see how
we'll see what happens.
How many what's next, right?
Yeah, I mean it'll be interesting to see what happens with regards to the people who all went and then went back to their communities. What happens there? I mean, contact tracing for that was going to be a nightmare. But Doug Ford, speaking of politics, he has backed away from the bill that was tabled They were trying to reduce the amount of statutory holidays that retail workers get from 9 down to 3. Obviously, there was some backlash on this, including from the Unifor Union. And basically, it was called the Retail Business Holidays Act, which basically should say the Retail's Unholidays Act. And it was going to take the mandatory statutory holidays from 9 to 3. Jerry Diaz, who is the head of Unifor, obviously expressed deep concern about this on a conference call with Doug Ford. If it had gone through, the only days that retail workers would have gotten as a statutory holiday would have been Christmas, Good Friday, and Canada Day. And yeah, so that looks like it's not going to be going through because of the actual opposition to it. But we'll be right back after the break.
Recently, the Government of Ontario established a $100 million affordability fund to help Ontarians who don't qualify for low-income conservation programs ease the burden of their electricity bill. Whether you rent or own your home, as long as you pay your electric bill, you could qualify. There are 3 levels of support available. The first is a home energy kit with upgrades like smart power bars and LED light bulbs. The second includes Energy Star appliances that help keep things cool during the hot summer months. The third is for electrically heated homes so that your power bills don't break the bank during those long Canadian winters. Plus, all upgrades, including installation, are completely free of charge. Visit affordabilityfund.org or call 1-855-494-FUND to find out if you qualify.
And welcome back to Special Report Morning Edition. I'm Chris Oldcorn, and I'm here with Daniel from KC Securities, our title sponsor of Special Report. Yeah, so
it's different being on this side when you say it.
Yeah, it's a little different over here. Yeah. So Dan's my guest host for the week, and also going forward, he'll be doing the weather as well. So that should be good. We got add another person to the team here. But speaking of teams. One of the things teams do is they travel, and that's going to look very, very different.
Oh, yes.
Obviously, passenger travel is way, way down because of COVID-19. Matter of fact, the airlines are saying that they're down about 95%, which is massive. So when you go to the airport, if you choose to, it looks drastically different than it was before. You'll have to wear a mask from the moment you enter the door. There's circles on the ground, just like you see like in a Tim Hortons, where the things are spaced out. Instead of hearing over the loudspeakers announcements about flights, the announcements are about washing your hands, coughing into your sleeves, wearing a mask. Also, when you go to the areas to sit and wait for your plane, they have it blocked off, so you're 6 feet apart where you're sitting as you're waiting for your flight, also in the lounges and so on. You'll have a mandatory temperature check. Then you'll have a normal screening process. You will have to take the mask down so they can match the photo to what's on your passport, and then you'll put the mask back up. And also, you will not smell sort of the airplane smell. Airplanes have a unique smell. It's kind of like a musty smell because they've been around forever. Yeah. Now they smell like cleaning solution. And speaking of cleaning solution, when I was traveling back up from Wasaga Beach yesterday, I stopped at one of the en route places, and I went into the use of the bathroom. And they actually had a person in there, and the person's entire job was you use the sink, which by the way was touchless, and with a touchless soap as well, and touchless hand sanitizer. And even after you went and used it, the guy went over and cleaned it. Yeah. So I was like, wow, that is amazing. So when you arrive at the hospital, or sorry, not the hospital, when you arrive at the airport, I wouldn't go to the hospital right now. You are handed a bag that has a face mask, rubber gloves, tiny bottle of hand sanitizer and cleansing wipes, and also a small bottle of water as well. There's no in-flight service because the stewardesses and stewards would have to be too close to you to actually provide that. All the information you get is over the loudspeaker. Right. So you don't even, once you're on the plane, you basically only see the other people who are actually passengers.
That's it. Yeah. It's going to be very different.
Much, much different. Yeah. So let's look at Algoma numbers. We went up obviously 1 with regards to the case at the FJ Davey Home. And for that, as well, we only have 2 cases right now that we're waiting to be resolved. One is the FJ Davey Home, and one is one of the other ones at the other long-term care home that was announced as well. So we will have more information on that later today when we get updated numbers from Algoma Public Health. The numbers across the province are going down. For example, our 5-day rolling average right now is sitting at 184 over the last 4 days. We had 175 new cases yesterday. And then we only have 286 people in the hospital, 86 in intensive care, and only 59 on ventilators. Those numbers are going drastically down very quick, which is a very good sign.
Good news.
And we will be back in just a moment after the next break. Hold tight. See you in a sec.
Past year we've been celebrating our 65th anniversary, dating back to services originating in our community in 1954, which is quite some time ago. It's been a great opportunity this past year to recognize the pioneers, the stakeholders that worked tirelessly to create what we are today. I'm grateful for everything that the families 65 years ago and the people that assembled the organization have done in order for us to achieve the success that we're experiencing 65 years later.
At Fit Bodies, Fit Minds, we want everyone to build a life that they love, and we teach you how to get the results you want in your mind and your body. Introducing our new small group classes to provide you with a happy and healthier life. Our small group classes are limited to 6 people to provide more personal coaching, while having the supportive group environment. Classes are 10 weeks, and each week you will receive fitness and nutritional guidance that are tailored to your needs. Fit Bodies, Fit Minds, we inspire you to move.
And welcome back to Special Report. I'd like to thank KC Securities for their sponsorship, and the owner of KC Securities is joining me today. Daniel, he's going to be our guest host for this week. Hi to Colette Linden, if you're watching, my normal co-host. And okay, so let's talk Canada Day. Let's do some fun news.
Yeah, so the city, of course, this year we can't have normal Canada Day celebrations, right? The city has come out and announced that, and I mean, we expected that to be the case.
It doesn't surprise me at all.
Yeah, many places. I mean, I know the Sioux Michigan side's going ahead with theirs, but so anyways, the city has announced a new contest, a Canada Day contest. So it's a decorating contest. And so what you're going to do is you can decorate your home or a business, and there's a hashtag you got to use, and it's hashtag Sioux Celebrates Canada Day. And you've got to take a picture and tag the city's Facebook page by Tuesday, June 30th at noon.
Wow, that is a long hashtag.
Yeah, Sioux Celebrates Canada Day. Or you could also email the photos to csd@cityssm.on.ca with the name and address. And all entries are put into a draw for a chance to win. Winners will be announced in the afternoon of June 30th on the city's Facebook page. I'm not sure what the prizes are, but there is these type of contests that go around different times of the year. Bonsu does one. There was recently one for the I think Downtown Association did one too before. And then there's also, Danielle was mentioning, like, where there was teddy bears placed in the windows, and actually there was an Easter egg thing too at Easter time that people just organize. So, but yeah, that's what's going on for Canada Day. So make sure you decorate your house or your business and get in on that, and maybe see if you can win a prize.
Yeah, cool. And then over the weekend there was also a rally at Garden River and Batchewana.
Yeah, there was over the police threatening to shut down the illegal cannabis dispensaries. Temple. Okay. Yes, Temple. So, I mean, Garden River and both at Batchewana as well. I think everything was peaceful. We had the Grand Chief down. Del Riley was down as well, supporting them. But from what I understand, everything was peaceful. And there was some dialogue with the police as well.
Yeah.
They were there off duty, so maybe it's a positive step. So nothing major, but just so people know what's going on with that.
Yeah. And then also, we have Disney World, the happiest place on earth. It is start to partially reopen, but for those of you that don't know, every year they have a special scary Halloween party. It actually goes on it starts in August, goes all the way to Halloween, and it's like an extra area of the park where kids go trick-or-treating, and like you'll go to Mickey's house and get a treat for Mickey. That they've canceled this year, obviously, because they don't want to be handing candy out, obviously. So there is that. Well, the happiest place on earth has reopened, but obviously with very, very strict social distancing measures and so on.
Yeah.
Now, I lived in Miami, and it was always a big thing for kids to go up to Disneyland and do that Halloween hunt. Actually, when you live in Florida, you get a greatly reduced ticket price into Disney World.
Oh, really?
Substantially. It's like you're paying like maybe 15% of the price that everybody else pays.
Yeah.
And they even have a special thing for Florida residents. You can get a year-round pass, and the year-round pass is about the same cost as like a one-day pass for someone outside of Florida.
Worth it for somebody who lives there.
So that Mickey thing is something that people would go to, but unfortunately that is canceled this year. But Disney says that they are hoping that by next year, once we get through all this COVID-19, that the park will be fully operational like it was prior to COVID-19, and that they will be able to bring back Mickey's Scary Halloween Party for all the kids to go and see, because it's fun for the kids to go to Mickey's house, and what treat is Mickey giving out this year for Halloween and things like that. Unfortunately, like many things, are getting canceled, just like our Canada Day was. But at least we will be able to see fireworks on July 4th from the American side. And we will be back today at 1 p.m. with Doug Ford. I'll see you at 7 p.m. on my own show, and check out our evening news at 5 p.m. Have a great morning.
See you.